So now let's have a look at cloud hands. So remember, for cloud hands you go from your basic alignments to a slightly wider step. For most people it's about the outside width of the shoulders, although it can be a little wider. So all the basic alignments apply with the wider gait. Particularly you want the tailbone dropping, the perineum open, that stability with springiness in the legs, the lifting, lengthening and opening up through the spine. Jawline drawn up and back to bring the head onto an even keel. Released from the nape of the neck, out through the shoulders, down the arms into the hands, lifting to the crown of the head. And settle into the legs, and remember this idea of sinking the heels of the palms of the hands. So you're getting a sense of grounding downwards into the earth. And then let's just start with the weight shifting. So to begin with, just gently moving your weight from side to side. And remember, the idea is to get the weight shift as close as you can to 100%. So your weight alternately goes from one side to the other, keeping the spine vertical and the pelvis horizontal. Once you're comfortable with this, you add a small turn in the weighted side. So remember, that rotation always favours the stiffer or the weaker side. So whichever hip socket is most limited, you only turn the same amount on the better side. So you always favour the weak side, you always favour the more limited side. So you have this basic weight shifting and turning. Now just ensure the weight shifting and turning is as 100% as you can get it in terms of weight shift. So the weight shift, 100%, small turn. Weight shift, 100%, small turn. Now have your attention in one hand, it doesn't matter which, but try and get that sense of the heel of the hand gently compressing into the floor, especially in the weighted side. So mirror image of me next time you're in the left. Release the compression and begin the arm movement with the left hand. So the hand is clearly palm down at the bottom, palm up with the fingertips gently lifted at the top. Palm down at the bottom, palm up at the top. And the idea is to have a gentle spiral. And if you can remember from the classes, you let the elbow come out and round to keep space in the armpits. Okay? So from the heel of the hand compressing at the bottom, you release, the elbow floats out and round. So the next element is, in order to bring the hand up, you drop the elbow. So you don't elevate the hand by bending the elbow, you elevate the hand by dropping the elbow. You bring the hand up by getting that sense of the elbow dropping. I think most people are familiar with the whole movement, so let's bring in the other arm. So remember, throughout your practice, you want space in the armpits. You don't want the inside of the upper arm touching your torso. You want a clear sense of the heel of the hand at the bottom compressing gently, that then releases, and that helps start the movement on both sides. That release helps float the elbow round, and then the elbow drops to bring the hand up. Remember, try and get that weight shift to be as close to 100% as you comfortably can get it. Any instability, if you find you start to wobble as you get to 100%, obviously less weight shift. Remember, more important than anything is staying well within your comfort zone so that you can relax through the whole movement. Those who've been practicing for a good while, be aware of the bending and the stretching aspect. The bending and the stretching. The closing and the opening. The closing and the opening. Those who've worked on it, that idea of lengthening. So there's lengthening on the yang surfaces of the body, there's lengthening on the yin surfaces of the body. Of course, if what I'm saying doesn't mean anything to you, just let it wash over. The idea is there's information for all levels, people who've been working for years as well as complete beginners. The most important aspect is the weight shifting. It's the weight shifting that moves fluids. The blood, the lymph, the interstitial tissue fluid, the synovial fluid. This continual weight shifting and turning stimulates the cerebral spinal fluid, the fluid in the spine, the fluid that bathes the brain. Let's do one more on each side. Then bring your weight back to the centre, round down through the hands so you're stable. Shift your weight to one side, step in to your normal stable alignments. And release the hands.